Legionella is a significant public health concern, and it's the most common cause of waterborne disease outbreaks. The bacteria thrive in warm water temperatures between 20 and 45 degrees C, and they can rapidly multiply in stagnant water. The risk of Legionella contamination is highest in large buildings such as hospitals, hotels, and public buildings that have complex water systems. Cooling towers are common sources of Legionella contamination. These towers are used to cool the water in air conditioning systems and can provide ideal environment for the bacteria to grow and spread. Hot tubs and spa pools can be a breeding ground for Legionella bacteria. The warm water and sometimes poor maintenance can create an ideal environment for the bacteria to thrive. Legionella can be found in domestic water supplies. In homes, the bacteria can grow in areas such as showers, taps, and hot water tanks that are not frequently used. Hospitals and other healthcare facilities are particularly vulnerable to Legionella contamination. The bacteria can grow in the water systems of these buildings, and patients with weakened immune systems are at high risk of developing Legionella disease. Large public buildings such as shopping centres, museums and government buildings can also be a source of Legionella contamination. These buildings have complex water systems that provide the ideal conditions for bacteria to grow. Preventing Legionella contamination is essential to protect public health. Showers can be a potential source of Legionella bacteria, particularly if they're not used frequently. The bacteria can grow in the shower head and the water can become contaminated, particularly if the water is allowed to stagnate. And finally, humidifiers are another potential source of Legionella bacteria, particularly if they're not cleaned and maintained properly. The water in a humidifier can become contaminated with Legionella, which can then be released into the air and inhaled. The UK has strict regulations and guidelines that require regular testing and monitoring of water systems in high-risk buildings to prevent the spread of bacteria. Building owners and operators have a responsibility to ensure that the water systems are properly maintained and that the appropriate control measures are in place to reduce the risk of Legionella contamination.